The bar for proving your AI product works just moved to 9 figures. Lyzr, an enterprise AI agent startup, used its own AI agent to run its entire $100 million fundraise, not as a demo, not as a side experiment, as the actual mechanism for closing the round. And if you're building any kind of AI-powered business right now, you need to understand what that just did to the expectations game. Let me walk through what actually happened and why I think most people are reading this story wrong. So the basic facts. Lyzr builds AI agents for enterprise use cases. They raised $100 million, and instead of a traditional fundraising process run by a team of humans with spreadsheets and CRMs and back-and-forth email chains, they let their own agent manage the process, sourcing investors, tracking conversations, handling follow-ups, the whole multi-step, high-stakes workflow. The agent did it. TechCrunch covered it, framed it as proof of product, and that's the obvious read. But there's a lot more going on under the surface. First, let's acknowledge the genius of this move from a pure marketing standpoint. You are an AI agent company. You're about to ask investors for $100 million. What is the single most credible thing you can do in that pitch? Let the agent pitch itself, basically. Let it run the process. If it closes the round, you don't need a slide deck explaining ROI. The ROI is the round. That is the cleanest possible proof of concept I've ever heard of in this industry. The pitch is the product working. And think about what this does for every conversation in the room. Every investor who got an email from that agent, got a follow-up, got a summary doc, whatever it sent, they were already experiencing the product. There's no gap between the demo and reality. That gap is where most AI companies live and die. Lyzr just closed it. So yes, it's a smart move, but here's where I want to push back on how the tech press is framing it. Most of the coverage treats this like a fun, quirky story. Oh wow, they used AI for their fundraise? How meta. No, this is a competitive signal, and it's one that should make anyone building AI tools for business take a hard look at how they're using their own stuff. There's a concept called dog fooding. You eat your own dog food. You use your product to run your own business. It's not new, but AI agents have raised the stakes on what dog fooding actually means because the tool's whole value proposition is that it can handle complex, real-world, high-consequence workflows, not toy tasks, not low-stakes automation, hard things with real money attached. So if you're building an AI agent or an AI workflow product and you're not running mission-critical parts of your own business on it, you've got a problem. Not because investors will call you out, though they might now, because if you don't trust it enough to use it at that level, why should anyone else? That's the uncomfortable truth Lyzr just put on the table. Now here's the contrarian angle I haven't seen anyone talking about. Everyone is asking, could the agent actually do this? Which is the wrong question. Of course, Lyzr built an agent capable enough to manage their fundraise. They designed the whole thing. They had full control over the architecture, the prompts, the guardrails, the handoffs. This is their area of maximum expertise. Saying your agent can run your own fundraise is a bit like a chef winning a cooking competition where they got to choose the dish, the kitchen, and the ingredients. The real signal isn't that the agent could do it. It's that Lyzr was willing to put $100 million of outcome on the line with it. That's a different kind of trust. That's skin in the game. And that is what actually moves the needle with serious investors and serious enterprise customers. Because here's what enterprise buyers are worried about. They're not worried about whether AI can write an email or summarize a doc. They've seen that. What they can't figure out is whether they can trust it with something that actually matters. Where if it fails, real things break, real money disappears, real deals fall apart. Lyzr just demonstrated that they trust it at that level. And that's the thing that's almost impossible to fake or manufacture. You either did it or you didn't. What does this mean if you're building a business with AI right now? It means dog fooding isn't optional anymore. It used to be a nice signal. We believe in our own product story, you could tell. Now Lyzr has set a benchmark. Anyone coming after them who says, our agent handles complex enterprise workflows is going to get the follow-up question. Cool. What's the hardest thing you've run through it in your own company? So if you're using AI tools to build your product, but running your own business on Google Sheets and Notion and gut instinct, that gap is now visible. Customers can feel it. Investors can feel it. The way I'd actually think about this practically, figure out what the highest stakes workflow in your business is. Not the most annoying one, not the easiest one to automate. The one where if it goes wrong, you feel it in revenue or in a relationship, and start building toward running that on your own stack. Even if it takes 6 months to get there, if you're connecting tools to make that work, Make is how I do it. It's a visual automation builder that lets you wire together your agents, your data sources, your CRMs, your communication tools without needing to write the glue code from scratch. I may earn a small commission if you sign up through my links below. But the point is, this kind of dog fooding isn't theoretical anymore. You can actually build it. The tools exist. Here's the angle that's going to age well. A lot of people are focusing on the $100 million number and treating this as a stunt. It's not a stunt, it's a template. The next generation of AI companies that win enterprise contracts aren't going to win them by showing a demo of someone else's workflow. They're going to win them by walking in and saying, here are the 5 most critical things in our own business that our product runs. Here's what happened when it worked. Here's what happened when it broke. And here's how we fixed it. That's the pitch. That's the trust signal that closes 7-figure contracts. Lyzr didn't invent this idea, but they executed it at a scale and visibility level that is going to define expectations for every AI agent company raising money or selling to enterprise for the next 2 years. And honestly, the companies that figure this out early are going to be very hard to compete with. Not because the technology is magic, but because real operational history with your own tools compounds. Every time your agent runs a high-stakes process, you learn something. You tune it. You get better. The companies that are still just demoing are staying flat. My honest take, this is the most effective product proof I've seen any AI company pull off, and most of the industry still thinks it's a marketing story. Here's my question for you. What's the most consequential process in your business right now? And what would it take for you to actually trust your own AI stack to run it?